Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Antiques.
Morning, Howard.
Good morning.
How you going?
Okay. Hey, they got three of them.
You got
over there
three.
now.
What about that?
Wow. Philip even made it on time.
I tried.
He was the one to get the show on the road this
Yeah,
morning.
he come in
There you
here running around, putting everything up, but the one very important thing. But it might have been a good thing.
There you go.
You didn't turn the light on,
Well,
and, then everything would have been dark, and they wouldn't have to look at us because they couldn't see us.
usually I don't have to put up my extra light, but it's a little
It's
a
kinda
little
dark
dark outside
outside, yeah.
today. Yeah, we're not getting much through the window today.
No, and the windows are dirty, too. That's another
I'll get that before we leave.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, what program are we listening to?
Let's talk antiques.
Where can I find it?
Thunder Radio 1320.
Okay.
Or
Which you know if you're listening right now.
107.9.
Oh, well, 107.9 or
And 10, what is the other one? 106.7, something like that in Tullahoma,
okay.
Manchester, or Winchester.
106 point something.
Yeah, something. Just tune around until you hear some noise on there.
it ends in an odd number.
Yeah, it is an odd. They're all odd number. Notice that.
Yeah.
And we're not on social media, are we?
Oh no.
Oh no, I didn't think so.
Actually, yeah, we're on Facebook and YouTube.
And YouTube.
And you can just search us and we'll be there. But after you find us and watch us, be sure to like and share and comment so that other people, it keeps it up at the top of the search if more people interact with it.
Right. That's good.
And you can catch us on Charter Channel 193 and LightTube Channel 6.
Which isn't on Channel 6.
LightTube Channel 6.
Oh,
is Channel
LightTube.
6.
It would
Charter
be
Channel
Char-
193.
What is it on? Is Channel 6 on Charter?
It likes
Used to
to.
be,
It used to be 6 on Charter, yeah.
but it isn't anymore.
It's 193.
We got promoted to
Charter
193.
193, absolutely.
You know what's on 6 now?
I do. It's a thing that says there's nothing on this channel right
No.
now. Look forward to it or something like that.
Except Let's Talk
No.
Antiques at 1:30.
It's a old movie channel, you know,
Oh,
like
really?
Leave It to Beaver and all them.
Oh, cool.
Well,
Gunsmoke.
for several years it just
Yeah.
said
Yeah, it said
it was
something,
just
yeah.
a holding
Remember,
thing. Yeah.
It was the one out of Nashville that they took it off
Oh,
of.
okay. It used to be country
Anyway, so now
country music or something like that.
no, it was out of Nashville. They actually had this old movie channel, and they took it off the air, you know, on that channel, and now it ended up on Channel 6.
Oh. Oh well.
What it?
I'll try and look it up, but
Yeah.
we'll see if
Yeah.
we can get it or not.
Well, anyway,
So anyway,
if you like Gunsmoke, and if you
Oh,
like
yeah.
Leave It to Beaver, and if you like Perry Mason and all that stuff, it's on there,
yeah,
which I like.
I got watching Murder She Wrote the other day.
Yeah.
Those are good programs. The old TV series.
Did you watch that while you was on a cruise?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, that was on one of the channels. They didn't have a very good selection of channels on there.
Wonder why.
Probably had to pay for them. It was satellite, I
I'd say
guess.
it's all satile. I'd
Yeah,
like to.
No,
Yeah.
they got this huge cable that
Yeah.
runs along behind the ship.
What will they invent next?
Kind of limits how far the ship can go, then, don't it?
Well, that way they don't lose the ship. They
Well,
can
I don't know,
reel,
though.
reel it back in.
Really,
Wind
I
it
don't
back
know
up.
if that's true or not, because you had the transatlantic cable.
Well, that's
Yeah.
different, though.
Yeah,
It
but I
does-
mean, it goes all the way.
All the way across.
So could a cruise ship.
I suppose.
I've been watching, the old Lost in Space,
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and I watched the Buck Rogers, from the 30s.
Wow,
30s.
now that's getting really
Oh,
old there.
I liked 'em.
Yeah.
I like them.
I used to go see those at the movie theater. Remember that?
Yeah.
Every Saturday there was a new episode.
It's a serial, though.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Series or serial they used to call it.
Now you can watch them on YouTube, and,
Yeah.
and it runs all through all the episodes. You
Yeah.
don't have to wait a week for it. I don't see what it shows what Channel 6 is, David.
Well, anyway.
Are you sure you're really watching Channel 6?
I promise you. Matter of fact, I can call Nancy. She can turn it on right now so you can hear it.
He's probably got this old TV in his collection of stuff out there, and it's still picking up old shows.
There you go.
Matter of fact, Howard, I do have several old TVs.
See, I knew it. Anyway, you're listening to Let's Talk Antiques, and what's the subject today?
We're going to talk about the history of license plates.
Ah,
Hey.
yes.
Do you know that there's a license plate that sold for over $14 million?
I do now.
Wow.
Now, what's it look like? It's you have it, right?
Well, I did have it, but I sold it.
For $14 million?
No, he sold it for $15, not realizing it really was.
Just like this baseball.
Says
he's got,
F1 on
you know?
it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a baseball signed by a player that I know. That
Yeah, like good old Honus.
yeah, Hannes Wagner. Hey, do you know what was the first country that issued license plates and when?
Well, let's see.
Uh-huh.
It's not America.
No,
I'll
no,
tell you that.
it's in Europe.
Was it France?
It was France,
Okay.
and it was 1893. France became the first country to issue number plates to vehicles. Now, I don't know what that means. Maybe there was somebody doing the alphabet.
Yeah,
before
numbers
that.
on
that.
them.
Well, so did they actually just issue the numbers and then, or did they actually make the plate? Do you know?
It doesn't say, but I did. And when I was looking at this, I was surprised about this. Some of the early plates, the state gave you a number, or the
Issued you
issued you a number for a fee,
Yeah.
and then you had to make your own plate.
I did
Yeah.
actually
Well,
know that.
You know,
believe it or not.
Germany and the Netherlands were issuing them both before us too.
Yeah, yeah. And in 1901, New York mandated license plates for vehicles, but car owners were expected to produce their own until 1909. That's in New York. The early plates were usually leather pads or felt metal plates with attached letters indicating the initials of the car owner. I guess you had a number plus your initials.
Well, during World War II, you know, they had to make them out of fiberboard. And
Yeah,
stuff
because the metal, they
yeah.
were running up all the metal, to put to the war
A
effort.
lot of signs were made with fiberboard.
Yeah.
I've got a 7-Up sign that way.
And did you know that Memphis had license plates at one time? The city of Memphis.
You said so.
Yeah. Let's see.
What year was that? Was that before Tennessee started issuing plates, or
Well, now-
were they
Well,
just special?
Memphis, an important river port city prominent in commerce and shipping, began requiring automobile license plates and display of numbers in 1903.
Okay, that was
Make
before
it-
Tennessee, right?
Well, Tennessee actually issued numbers in, I think, 1905, but the actual plate, the very first plate that Tennessee made,
Yeah.
was 1950.
1950.
So Memphis was special off the bat
Yeah,
before.
and,
before
We
the
got a
state.
call, Howard.
Making it one of the few cities in the nation to do so. Absolutely the first in the Deep South. It was not known how many Memphis numbers were issued, but owners were required to produce their own tags. There is one surviving plate that can be documented as originating in Memphis. It is a large, rough sawn, 20 by 5.5 wooden slab with the name Memphis spelled out and in large metal numbers, followed by the registration number 96. The city license was declared obsolete and removed from the automobile in mid-1905 when the state assumed registration of vehicles.
You think that's a swap and shop, or do you think that's a somebody wanting to tell us about a tag?
I don't know. Let's take a chance.
Okay.
You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Speaking of old car stuff, I
Yeah.
have a set of the orange Tennessee. Is that 1951?
Yeah, the champion tag.
Number twos, which
Yeah.
is probably Knoxville, maybe.
Yeah.
Number 2.
And
Yeah.
and I have an old ring. It's a 1930s Pontiac Service Craftsman's ring,
Huh.
and it's never been worn.
My goodness.
I wonder if that would have been
Never been
for
worn.
somebody retiring or something.
Yeah.
You
suppose that was given to somebody that worked for the company or something?
They
I don't know. I looked them up on the internet, and it really didn't say. I saw used ones on there for $400
Golly.
in bad shape. But it's got the picture of a 1930 little Pontiac on it. It's got Pontiac head on it in gold, and then the ring is made of sterling.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the top of it, the emblem, is gold.
That's really nice.
That'd be a nice thing
Yeah.
to have. Yeah.
Yeah, look it up on the internet. It's Pontiac Craftsman Service Ring, and it's the one with the gold on the top. It's not the big gaudy one, but it's a real nice looking one.
Yeah. Of course,
And
that.
of course, it's always stuff for sale.
Oh,
All right, have a good day.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you for calling in. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Those 1951 plates are going for $300 easy.
yeah, they used to put
Yeah.
the number, the number, first number when the old Tennessee plates was from the city
The county
that,
size.
or county that had
Yeah.
the most population.
Yeah,
wasn't
I
it?
remember that. Yeah.
Memphis would be one, and
Yeah.
I guess Nashville.
When I was a kid, I was from Cleveland, and Cleveland was 12. I remember.
Yeah, I
that.
mean,
So they-
Manchester, Coffee County used to be 41. It got all the way down to 24.
Oh, really? or all the way up from 41 to 24?
Well, wouldn't that be down?
By the size.
41 to 24, ain't
Well,
that down?
I'd say up.
I would say
I'll,
up.
I'll go with
'cause
Howard on that.
I thought it'd be 24
In
to
place.
41 be
no,
it.
the lower the number was, the smaller the population.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
I can't remember it
But they
being
actually went
26.
down. They went from 41 to 24.
Yeah.
The number went down. Not
No, it
the,
went up.
well, the population went
population
up, but
went
the
up.
tag
There
number
you go.
went down.
There you go. Population.
Are
went
you
up.
trying to confuse me?
No, but it got me confused.
Yeah.
But-
number Chattanooga was number 4. I remember that.
Hey, there's all
So-
kinds of those rings if you Google what he just said.
They were given as awards.
They must have been. You know, and we said the head, that would be the Pontiac head, which was the Indian chief, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Chief Pontiac.
Yep.
I got some of these on here. They go between like $450 and $100. The license plate's worth more.
Those were like
Goodness.
Odds are.
15-year awards.
Huh.
Which was
That's cool.
cool.
I bet you there's not a 1915 license plate on the eBay right now that's sold.
Yeah, we see.
I bet there's not either. Those are hard to find.
You know-
I got the 16, which says exactly the same thing as the 15,
Yeah.
except it's got the 16 on it. But
I've got a reproduction that sold for $125, which isn't bad for a reproduction.
yeah, I tell you that's the problem with a lot of stuff though. If it's got any value to it, they've started
Oh
copying
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't intended to rip somebody off though on it.
Yeah.
At least on the original listing
But
here.
a lot of them are.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of old ones. Man, these are
Well, you know,
worth some money. I didn't realize how much.
yeah, and you know,
License plate,
and
You
if
think
you,
that's high?
if you can find some of the real old plates, you'd notice they might be different sizes. That was standardized in 1957. Standard size for license plates in all American states was set at 6 inches by 12 inches. But prior to that, some of the states had bigger plates.
Or smaller?
Or smaller. And and then, of course, about 1965, the vanity plate came into being, and which kind of changes things. But, probably one of the things that really messes up the collecting plates, well, not to some degree, was when the state stopped issuing new plates every year.
Mm-hmm.
You used to go in and you got a whole new plate. Now they give you the little
You get a
sticker.
sticker.
Yeah,
a couple
each year they would give you a different plate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd get, and a lot of times when they did that, they would change the color. Sometimes it was, red and black, and next year it was black and red. They'd change it around some way, or change colors totally.
Do you know the state shape tags of Tennessee? They started in 36 and ended in 56.
Yeah,
Just 20
kinda-
years.
that's kind of gone too. So
Wonder why they don't do the state shape now. Oh, I know why. Because they standardized.
they standardized.
Yeah,
That
and-
probably has something
yeah.
to do
Well,
with
it could
it.
still fit, as
Well,
long
and
as
some
you
of the shapes
make
probably
would, wouldn't it?
that
wouldn't
size
fit
fit.
on.
And it might have something to do with the cost of producing the plate. Maybe if you
They'll just pass
Well,
that
they
on to
stamp
us.
it out.
yeah, yeah. They know taxpayers have deep pockets.
Do you know
so-
what that is you're looking at?
I was about to ask you what was
Well, read it,
significant
yeah.
of this. A 1943 Tennessee license plate corner tab.
That was your tag because they didn't make a complete tag during the war because of the metal shortage. You just stuck that on your tag.
Oh, so that was your first sticker, but it was made out
Yeah.
of metal.
Metal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, we got a call. You want to see if it's for us?
I bet it is.
What about the time too?
We'll get this call.
Okay.
You're on Let's Talk Antiques.
Yeah, do you know the tags that we have now? You look at the sticker, and it's got the same number on it as your tag.
Yes.
It sure does. They just started that, didn't
Yeah,
they?
just recently, a year or two ago.
Yeah.
You know why they did that? Because people were stealing the stickers off
I was
the
gonna
car
say, that's really a good idea.
and moving it over to another plate. See,
Uh-huh.
and so
You'd be out driving around, they stop you, and where's your sticker? And there it was.
Yeah.
Gone.
But
Yeah.
they can check that, too.
right, they cross-reference them.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, y'all have a good one.
All right.
Hey, thanks for the information.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a good point. That's something that now
True. Yeah, cross referenced and all
Oh.
computerized too. Yeah.
I don't mean. Well, maybe I better not say that.
No, go ahead.
Go
You
ahead
mean
and say it.
You
I'll get
mean
in
it
trouble.
or you wouldn't say it.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I bought my license plates for my Concorde, which it doesn't have antique plates on it. It's got regular plates because it's a daily driver.
And you stole
So
somebody's sticker.
So anyway, I was over at the Oak restaurant and left there, And you know how they got that when you make a left turn on the Woodbury Highway, there's 2 turn lanes.
Right.
So
one
I'm
for
in
inside
one.
and one for out.
And this policeman pulls up beside me and he says, "You know your tag is out of date on your car." And he was an out of state. I guess he was here to pick somebody up or do something. But he was not a local policeman. He was from another Chattanooga, I think it was.
Another district.
Yeah, and he said, "You better, you need to get that up taken care of." And I said, "Well, thank you, sir." And I'm thinking, but I just did that. So I got home and I went around back and my license plate, the number up there, it said was what does it say, 18? It has the year on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure.
And it was the previous year. Then I'm thinking, what's wrong here? So I went in the house and I got in the glove compartment, got the registration up, and here it was. The date was wrong, but the date I bought it was about a week or 2 ago.
So what happened?
Apparently, something glitched in the printer when they printed out the.
Oh, so
So
they
what
actually
happened,
gave you the
Well,
wrong number?
I got everything together, went over to the license plate place here, at the
Teresa's
plaza,
office.
and they took care of it right away. Said, "Oh my goodness, how'd that?" But nobody, I didn't notice. I bought it, and I didn't.
It's a good thing that officer told you that.
Well, luckily, yeah. I guess if he pulled me over,
You never noticed it when you stuck it on?
No, I mean, who pays any attention to the numbers?
I do.
Well, of course, that's why you have more money than me.
I wouldn't say that.
There's no way.
Yeah. Anyway,
You see that sweater you got on?
Yes.
That made you a millionaire.
There you go.
What does it say?
A couple times over.
KOA.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's a radio station in
Is that
Denver,
the same
Colorado.
thing? Is that the same thing as
KKOA
cash?
or
KOA,
WKOA?
cash? Is that what that
There
means?
you
Cash on demand. Anyway, hey, we got to take a break.
All right.
We went over, getting off the subject again. We'll be right back with more Let's Talk Antiques.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC. Best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
All right, we're back with Let's Talk Antiques. And
Oh, I forgot to give the price on that little corner tab thing. That
Oh,
caught
yeah.
my eye.
That's pretty high.
21 bids on that little corner tab, which
Yeah,
really
About
caught
an
my eye.
inch.
Yeah, and $228.50.
my goodness.
Wow.
So
But if you're doing a Tennessee tag collection, you got to have that.
You got to
to
have
complete
that.
it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
complete it out.
So I was, why in the world is that little? To me, it looked like somebody had taken
You see
10,
the hole
10
there?
snips and cut off.
You see the
corner.
hole?
Yeah.
It lines right up with your other hole in your tag. That thing sits right over the edge of your tag, and the hole lines up perfect.
Yeah, cool. Somebody actually thought about that. 43.
Let's
Okay.
see here. You ask about Alaska. It says 1921. Although Alaska was not yet a state and had very few roads, its territorial government produced a license plate now considered the holy grail of historic plates by hobbyists and collectors.
Hey, before you go any further, how many of them did they make? Don't look at that piece of paper.
It doesn't say here.
350.
350.
Wow.
In 2000,
Huge number.
year 2000, somebody paid $60,000 for one of the few surviving examples of genuine 1921 Alaska license plate.
Okay.
Now think about that. That's one of his facts.
I say that's number 10 on my list of facts about license plates.
Yeah.
Before you get to those 10 facts, let me tell you a fact. Did you know in Fayetteville, Tennessee, Lincoln County, that they actually issued a plate for buggies, wagons, and carriages? I've got one, and it's 1921. You had to have that just
Get your buggy plate.
yeah. I mean, think about it. There was still a lot of wagons and buggies and surreys and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
that were used in the
21,
20s.
yeah. So,
That's how they took
So
through
that's-
those dirt roads.
Just another way, yeah. That's how they graded the dirt road,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah.
By selling them plates. Anyway, it's kind of a neat looking little piece.
Okay. Number 9 on my list here is New Yorkers were required to make their own license plates from 1901 to 1909.
Mm-hmm.
New York had required its residents to have a license plate on their vehicle, but there was a small catch. They had to make their own license plates because New York had not yet in the business of producing their own. Their plates were generally made of leather, felt, or metal with the owner's initials placed as an identifier. No two plates were the same, but this system was inefficient and why they eventually began mass producing their own in 1909. Yeah, you could come up with some pretty crazy plates, and I mean, how long is a felt license plate going to last?
Nah, or rubber.
Yeah, not long.
I have one made out of leather.
Oh, well, that'd go for a little bit.
And New York's slogan is the Empire State.
Oh, yeah. And number 8 is Pennsylvania was the first to issue a license plate that allowed a driver to display their initials as a personalized thing.
Oh, okay.
This could be the start of vanity plates. Drivers could only have their initials printed on the plate. Brought in extra revenue in the state, but it wasn't until 1965 until true vanity plates
True
that
vanity plates came in.
Number 7, France was the first country to issue numbered license plates back in 1893.
Mm-hmm. Who produced the first stamped metal license plate?
I couldn't tell you that.
It's kind of a surprise. West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah,
That's my next number.
Oh.
You're beating me here, Howard, on my
sorry.
list now.
Yeah, that was in 1906.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now this is the first stamped metal license plate came to life in West Virginia in 1921.
Well, this is 1906.
I'm going with mine. Right?
That's all big difference.
Arm wrestle over there.
Well, somebody's fact finder is messed up.
Hey, I got this off the internet. It has to
That
be
has to
true.
be
That's
true.
very true. Yeah.
That's the mountain state.
They did that because they wanted to withstand any sort of weather. That's why the United States, we still use stamped metal plates on our vehicles today. They were upgraded in 1971 with high intensity grade reflective sheeting to improve visibility.
Yep.
A metal shortage during World War II forced the United States to use alternative materials. That's number 5. Let's see. Fiberboard, soybean-based plastic, and cardboard. Okay. Number 4. Massachusetts issued the first porcelain plates in 1903.
Oh, they're pretty. That's
Yeah.
got that dark blue
Yeah.
background with the white letters.
Before the invention of metal stamped plates, the numbers began with 1, and the first license plate was issued to Frederick Tudor.
Good grief.
Wonder if it's still around.
Hey, who's the first state to have a slogan on it?
That's
You're looking.
Either Wyoming or Utah, I'd say.
That's number 2. That's Idaho.
Idaho?
Yeah, and it was the Idaho potato. And what's interesting, the other day I saw the governor of Idaho on some talk show that I was watching, and I forget, they were saying something about potatoes, and he said, but that's not their number one agricultural product anymore.
Oh, really?
It's something else. But everybody thinks of Idaho potatoes.
Yeah,
you know.
sure.
That's where we get ours from.
Yeah, well, they're good potatoes.
Do you know what Idaho's slogan is on their tags?
Well, they got no. I don't. To be honest with you.
Yeah, go ahead and read that so I can tell you that's not right.
Howard.
The Gem State.
Oh, the Gem State.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Oh, so you asked about the number 1 plate to Frederick Tudor.
Yeah.
It said his relatives still hold the active registration on the plate, so that number has never been released back into circulation,
My goodness.
Wow.
even though it's no longer made out of porcelain. Number 3, uniform license plate dimensions weren't set until a world government meeting in 1957.
That's what our friend Howard said.
Yeah.
And number 1, fact is they used to display congressional districts, county designations, and police codes, which
Yeah,
we had talked
we
about
talked
with the
about
different
earlier. Yeah.
size of with Tennessee.
Although
That
there-
ended in 1990, by the way.
seems like I guess this would be considered a vanity plate, but it seems to me I've seen some state officials who have something that says state
Some of them say like a congressman.
congressman or
yeah.
I've got
representative,
some
something like that
Tennessee
on-
ones
Yeah.
that say senators.
But I haven't seen one of those lately. Maybe,
Come out to the house and I'll show you some
Yeah.
senator ones.
Did you just pull them off the cars while they're parked
Yeah.
at Jiffy
Yeah.
Burger?
Yeah, but I only got the ones that are embossed. I didn't want the ones that were just flat.
Oh, I
like
see.
we used to.
Yeah.
That's one nice thing about collecting license plates. They're all over the road. All you got to do is see one, take it.
Yeah, there you go. Carry a little socket and a screwdriver with you.
Yeah. We're going to get arrested.
Well, don't you need just a flat screwdriver? You
Well,
usually
you
get
know.
most
Well,
of them.
Except for the people that know that, so they put
They rivet-
flathead.
Yeah.
They rivet theirs on.
Put the bolts on it.
And
Nuts.
Wyoming has that guy on the bucking horse. You ever see that?
Oh yeah, I've got them.
And,
they're pretty.
The iconic bucking bronco is still in use today. First appeared on a Wyoming license plate in 1936. It's a cowboy, and he's got his hat over his head, like the bucking bronco, and they still use that symbol on their license plates to this day.
What are you doing in water drilling?
I've got a couple of my grandfather's Tennessee water well driller license plates.
Plates.
Are they plates?
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuck back, and it was what went on his well drilling machine.
Huh.
I couldn't find any on
The
eBay
commercial.
on it, and it would have been, gosh, I'd say they were dated in the 60s and 70s, maybe an 80s one. But I can't find anything. I was just trying to find a little history on it or something. But
Did you go through the 10 facts?
That was it. That was the last one. Yeah.
Well, you know what, Howard?
What's that?
It's 9:30. Are we close to a break again? or-
Pretty much.
what are you hunting? He's got something to top you here.
There you go. No, he doesn't. He can't tell me.
Yeah. Well,
Well, anyway,
what?
said something about Tennessee plates. Most were porcelain enamel, undated, and featured the state abbreviation TNN vertically down the side of the plate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
your 15s and your 16s.
Yeah, they used to go down the side.
Yeah.
And it goes on here that, let's see, motors were not required to buy porcelain plates. And some opted for tags of leather, wood, or other material similar to what was done in other states because of the cost
Sure.
at one time. So,
Hey, real quick, we talked about the highest price state tag, which was Alaska.
Yeah.
You know who comes in second?
huh.
Mississippi.
Well, really?
1912 and 1913. If you find one of those tags, 35 to 50,000.
Good
Wow.
grief. Isn't that unbelievable for a license plate?
It's scary.
You better start saving everything,
Yeah.
license plates included.
Yeah.
And now I take a license plate off a car and it makes a great dustpan when I sweep the garage.
Hey,
I'm going to start saving them.
but look here. Hadn't you seen like at the flea markets where they take those license plates and make dustpans and
Yeah.
they make little buildings,
Bills
and
and everything else out of them. Yep.
birdhouses? And,
Well, it's time for a break.
all right.
Let's take a break and we'll be back shortly.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
All right, we're back. And we're still talking about license plates. We've stayed pretty much on course today. It's amazing.
What about that?
I think it's because of you, Howard.
We should talk about birds instead, just at this point. Just to go as left as we can.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so I've got the most expensive license plates in the world pulled up here,
Okay.
which are odd, to say the least. In 2014, classic car enthusiast and Ferrari dealership owner John Collins dropped $669,000 on a special plate for his Ferrari 250 SWB. Not just any Ferrari 250 SWB, but Eric Clapton's former Ferrari. And I have no idea why he wanted. Well, I guess 250 was, but that was the model. But come on.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Must
How
be
much
nice.
was it?
Uh,
You had to convert it, didn't you?
$669,000.
Must be nice to have more money and you know what to do with.
Then you got cents.
I guess so.
He got money, but he doesn't have any
No,
sense.
you got to be about half crazy to pay $700,000 for a license plate, or $14 million. Maybe you don't have to be
There you
half
go.
crazy.
Maybe
Maybe you
not.
just have to be rich.
All right. In Hong Kong, in Cantonese, the number 28 earns its place as a lucky number because it sounds like the word easy and prosper in Cantonese.
Okay.
It's therefore said to bring good luck.
I'll have to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, most recently, the plate number 28
Remember this, Ronnie.
went for 18.1 million Hong Kong dollars, or about 2.25 million American dollars.
Good grief.
Wow.
Yeah, that's. Let's see.
See, they ain't no telling when
Now-
you was running that KOA. You could have ripped off a lot of tags.
Yeah, I could have.
Or did you?
Maybe. You'll never know.
In the United Arab Emirates in 2016, a 33-year-old Abu Dhabi man scored the United Arab Emirates famous #1 plate at auction for what converts to $8.2 million in America. Unfortunately, the winner's check bounced and he's facing jail time.
Oh, no.
Does he still have the tag?
Yeah,
I bet they didn't let him keep it, that's for sure.
Another wildly expensive plate in the United Arab Emirates, D5. A guy placed a winning bid of, let's see, what was that? It was like $8.5 million on for a plate for his Rolls Royce. I like collecting unique numbers plates, and I'm proud to have gotten this number, he said. I like number 9, and D5 adds up to 9. So I went for it, he said, in a local newspaper.
Wow.
So the D is 4, Howard.
ABCD.
You got it,
Okay.
Howard?
I was never good at algebra, you know. The X plus Y equals Z or something like that, you know, I used
For,
to.
for
So,
8 mil, who's gonna know that?
I was going to say, now that
He
seems
does.
like
Other
somebody
than him.
you need to befriend for about a month so
Well,
that
yeah,
they
because
could.
he's not right.
So they
What
could be
you know what you do?
stupid with their
Here's what you
money
need to do with them kind of people. You need to get some type of relationship going and buy their junk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because they'll sell junk cheap.
Yeah. Buy his old car and his old license plate
Yeah.
for $100 at
Yeah.
that point.
By that one, after
Well, you
nobody
know,
knows what
you
it
know,
says.
you're talking about somebody like that, you know, but the average person over here is collecting license plates. You know, they're you know, here in Manchester, you
Yeah.
know, they're trying to get Tennessee plates, and maybe they try to.
One of
out
all
and
the
get-
everyone in the United States.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you know, they decide they want to get Kentucky, and
Yeah.
you can find those pretty. But
From
you,
$5 to $20.
yeah, you know, for newer ones,
Yeah.
but still old, but newer ones.
Yeah.
And but if you try to really expand and want to go and start getting foreign plates, which I guess those would be considered foreign plates, that can get difficult there because a lot of the places the license plate stays with the car.
Well, in Canada, you don't own your plate.
Yeah.
The government owns it.
Right.
And so it's
And you
hard.
cannot sell it.
And it's hard to get those plates. You can't go to the junkyard here, you know, there and get a license plate because they've already been removed and probably turned back into the Canadian government
Didn't realize.
some way.
Yeah.
And you know, and then in the world, like the government controls the plate. They don't let it get out, and so it's hard to collect those. So
Yeah.
Is it New York that they keep up with their tax really good too?
it stays. I believe
stays with the vehicle,
It stays
though.
with the vehicle,
And so does California, don't it?
I think you said, yeah, I think California, and somebody else used to do it, because I can remember my father buying a car somewhere, and the plate went with the car,
I don't.
You know,
never heard of
it didn't. You know, like here, you buy a car, you take your plates off because you don't want somebody driving around with your plate.
Yeah.
But when you register the car, and that's a used car, new car would get a new plate naturally.
And then it stayed with the car.
It stayed with the car.
Yeah.
And so I guess there's states still doing, other states in New York and California.
I'll tell you something that has some value to it too now, but we're getting a little bit off because you still like a few, but
Oh yeah.
vanity plates.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh,
Tennessee's, those will bring a little money.
All right. Right.
Do you have one?
No.
Why not?
Well, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
What-
I have amateur radio
Okay.
Oh.
emergency plate on the edge,
Okay.
I used
I
to
like
have.
to
It's
collect those vanity plates
it's
with
an-
different slogans.
and but it's a because an amateur radio operator will volunteer his or her services during times of emergency. I don't have to pay the vanity plate fee.
Oh,
But if I just wanted it, but it's part of. And a
Sounds
lot
like
of
a
places
scheme to me.
there are amateur radio clubs and stuff. You know, they work with the local emergency. What do you call it over here?
Well,
Mine went blank. But you know, local emergency services to provide.
Homeland Security.
EMA.
Yeah, like Homeland
Yeah,
Security.
EMA.
Yeah, to provide communications. Because guess what? When that tornado or something goes through town, the cell towers go down and the phone lines get torn up. And so radio is a lot. It falls back on old-fashioned radio.
Still do, don't they?
Yeah, still do a
that's
lot.
also a way for organizations to generate income.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, the vanity
while-
plate definitely.
While actually giving the state extra income
Right,
too.
the vanity plate definitely does that.
Well,
for
like the
state.
Masonic plates.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
or like the schools, Vanderbilt. you know,
Vanderbilt, David
Tennessee.
Lipscomb.
Yeah, any of them.
All, you know.
Or
Belmont.
like the animals.
Oh yeah, the animal rights groups. You
Yeah.
know, different adoption or shelters and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know when you go over here to get your license plate renewed, that's a fairly big office there. And that all along the ceiling, all the way around there.
All the
they
way
got,
around, yeah, that's a
they got
bunch of 'em.
vanity plates, and some of them are downright beautiful. You know, the picture or the
Yeah.
how they're designed.
When I had my electric car, I had a vanity plate that said "No Gas EV" on it.
Oh no, really?
How much don't that cost like $60?
They
or
cost more money.
I think it costs like about somewhere close to 70. Because when it came around to renew it, I was like, nah.
something? Okay, so speaking of vanity plates, I have one that says Bonnaroo.
Oh, yeah.
You're only allowed so many letters, so
really?
of course, obviously, yeah. I've got the original, was on my Chevelle.
Uh-huh.
And then I have a motorcycle tag that says that. And then I have another one that says, let's see, what does it? I have another vanity tag. I don't remember what it says now.
Yeah, some of them have cute plates, but I guess they got to be kind of careful because every once in a while somebody tries to sneak something in that's just a little off color or something.
I had one that said mayor.
Well, that's okay. There.
That's pretty off color in
Yeah,
some
that's
places.
some places. They could get you in trouble.
It'll get off color, that's for sure.
All right. Well, the guy who had the D5 license
Yeah.
plate, the year before, he I closed my phone went to sleep. He paid $6.7 million for a 09. Because you know how the D and the D and the 5 add up
Yeah.
to 9, so he had a 09 license plate that
Still added up to 9.
yeah, but that was
Now imagine
a
you
bit
got
cheaper.
you got a $9 million license plate, and you put that on a Chevette
Yeah, probably
or a
was not.
Chevelle
It was probably not
or a
Chevette,
VW.
you better tell most of our listeners don't even know what a
Yeah, I'm sorry
Chevette
about
is.
that. My age is
Chevy
showing.
Chevette.
How about a VW Beetle? Everybody knows what they are. But you know, I wonder what kind of car he put it on, or did
No,
he?
it didn't say. No. In 2006, the British license plate with 2 characters M1 sold for $389,000 at Goodwill Festival of Speed. It's the first ever registered plate in Cheshire, England, and the original owners, a father and son duo, put it on their 2-cylinder Duroc in 1903.
Duroc.
I never heard of a Duroc.
Me neither.
Well, it must have been an English car.
We should have covered that a couple of weeks
Probably
ago
an
as
English
the
version
brands
of
that
a
don't
Yugo or
exist.
something.
I couldn't tell you on that.
My goodness.
Oh, here comes a good one. And then we're going to have to take a break after this really good
We're
tag.
getting pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
England's F1 plate is currently on a Bugatti Veyron Super Sport, but its owner, Afzal Khan, listed it for sale online in 2018 for £14 million.
Ooh.
Call originally bought the plate from the Essex City Council, which owned the plate for over 100 years, for £375,000. But the ad has since been removed from the thing.
So how much is 14 million?
Well, it's
Oh,
what is it, about
okay.
$2.75 a pound per pound,
Y'all feel while I don't know.
Yeah.
something like that.
Now you was talking about a car. No telling what that car. I bet you that's a $2 million car.
Probably.
But Bugatti, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't.
That-
Listen. I have to think about spending $8,000 or $9,000 on a vehicle, much less
A million.
million.
Well, it's an investment, David.
Really,
Right.
that's what they say.
That's what somebody said. Yeah, I think you said that.
I didn't say that on cars.
Okay, that's $18.1 million.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whew.
No, I didn't say that on you cars.
No.
It looks like a very pretty car.
Yeah, it's
Let's just
beautiful.
say that.
Well, I'm sure that you can go drive one of them cars somewhere. Don't they have those things where you can drive a Ferrari or whatever?
I imagine, yeah.
Hey, speaking of cars, the Corvette is actually out now.
Oh, the new one,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, Saturday it was
Yeah, I saw a picture of it.
debuted, wasn't it? Or Stan McNabb was gonna
Oh, did he?
debut one on Saturday.
They said the whole run is sold out. But you know how many they're making, Howard? Think about this. They say 40,000 Corvettes. Now, you would have thought between all over America and then all the other countries in the world, they would manufacture more than 40,000 of those 2020 Corvettes.
Well, they got to
is
figure.
that reckon that's all the production?
They not a huge factory. They got to look at how many people, what they can produce, and
The ones they produce for other countries aren't like the ones they produce for here.
Yeah.
also
But
they got.
40,000 don't seem like very many units
No.
nowadays.
No.
But how much is a individual?
Well, their base price, it depends. Like the base price is like 58 for a coupe and 64 for a convertible. Of course, that's base. Nobody wants a base car.
No, they load them up. Everybody loads a car up.
Yeah.
So I guess they got to look at what they can produce, and I guess too, they don't want to come out with something that is not quality.
Yeah, see right here, it's what a 58.9 starting price on them.
Yeah,
That's the coupe.
59.
The convertible is about 6,000 more.
Yeah, I saw a picture of it, and luckily for me, I don't like the style.
You don't? You'd be
don't-
the coolest guy in town with that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
Speaking
very.
of
I don't
loading
think it's a
up,
very
Howard,
attractive car.
We need to load up our work from our
Yeah,
sponsors.
yeah. We better. Is it getting dim in here?
Yes.
We'll be back shortly with more. Let's talk antiques.
The Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester has been voted as having the best hamburgers in Manchester. Hometown atmosphere, historical memorabilia, and of course those great burgers, salads, chicken, and so much more. It's the Jiffy Burger on the Hillsborough Boulevard in Manchester. Call in orders at 728-4452. You can also order at the convenient outdoor curb service. Hamburgers are made the old-fashioned way at the Jiffy Burger, Manchester's finest hamburgers. Open 7:30 until 9, Monday through Saturday.
Hello, I'm Pick and Rick T from CFC, best place to get you used auto parts and all types of metals to repurpose for your needs. Just take a drive down 55, see this handsome guy, stop on by. Check out our computer for hundreds of autos to locate the make and the model of the part you need. $2 fee is all you pay. Sign in and get a hand stamp, it's good for all day. Bring in your tools, get the parts you need pulled, and use a wheelbarrow to lighten the load. Pay for your parts, prices you'll be fond of. Each part's price the same, Chevy or Honda. Get exchange warranty for 30 days too. Swap out the parts you don't need for the parts that you do. Happy picking!
Hey everybody, we're back with Talking Antiques, and the number here is 728-1320.
All right, we are back with Let's Talk Antiques, and now the new Corvette's nice. I mean, it's a pretty car and all that, but it's just that I wouldn't buy it because it just doesn't appeal to me. I guess I like the older styles in cars than the new ones.
Oh well.
Now,
So we looked up the ZR1 price. The base price is $60,000, and the ZR1 goes around $130,000. By the way.
okay.
So there is a difference in the.
Yeah.
How fast can you go, though, Howard? I mean, why do you need 700 or 800 horsepower?
You don't.
The basic model of them things is around 490 or 500 horsepower, somewhere in there, around the 500 range.
And I'll probably get in trouble for this, but you got 1,000 horsepower in a vehicle, and they're producing some cars like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
800.
The new
with a-
Hummer is 1,000 horsepower.
Now, how?
The what?
The new Hummer.
The new
electric,
Hummer.
Electric
Yeah,
Hummer.
the
They're
electric
they're
Oh,
putting
Hummer.
out, yeah.
electric.
But that's mostly torque. It said 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, though. So I guess it
Okay,
does go off the line.
somebody's going to get in that like me, and they're going to try to go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, and they're going to lose control of
Well,
that
they've got-
sucker because they aren't
They
trained.
won't
and-
spin out.
But where
They
can
won't
you
spin
do
out
it,
on you.
Howard? Where
And-
can you even do that?
Well, all I know is I've been driving down the highway.
Sears Roebuck Road, they seem to do it. Yeah, I'll tell you that.
Well,
I'll tell you what, those big trucks
if
go down
they-
MacArthur that fast.
let me just tell you something though. If you're in a car doing 120 miles an hour, what do you think if the state trooper was to catch you, which the odds are really great they will?
Oh yeah, they will get you.
What would they do to you?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not like it when we grew up. They didn't, drag racing
But-
wasn't a big deal or speed. I mean, it was, but not like today.
but the thing is, when you're going over 100 mile an hour, everything happens in split seconds, and the average driver doesn't have the reaction time if something happened.
Yeah.
And when you're faster,
You
you
probably
go.
shouldn't be driving over 100 miles an hour.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying that,
Hey, speaking of that,
But,
not that you're old, Howard.
We're off subject again.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
this is
You're picking on my age.
No, this is car related. How old do you think the oldest driver's license guy in the United States is? That's actually still driving a car now, not just
Oh,
holding a license.
licensed driver.
Yeah, actually driving now.
102.
107.
Oh,
Wow.
He's
About
getting
that.
married to a girl that's 100.
Wow.
That young lady.
Is
And
he-
guess what? He's driving a Mercedes convertible.
Oh, good for him. Is he an Uber driver?
Yeah.
He probably could be.
Now, we were talking about the decals earlier that you put on your plates.
Uh-huh.
Some places, they're not using decals anymore.
What are they doing?
Like, they're computerized, and they've got a plate scanner. Scans the plate and tells them whether or not it's registered.
Really?
Yes. So they pay
So
the money.
the-
They don't have to get the decals, but they pay
So
the
is
money.
like the state trooper or the local police officers
All of them,
have
yeah.
got some kind of scanner?
It says that other jurisdictions have replaced the decal requirement through the use of computerization. A central database maintains records of which plate numbers are associated with expired registrations, communicating with automated number plate readers to enable law enforcement to identify expired registrations in the field. And I think that's really good.
Well, I know something. I don't know if it's exactly that system, but I remember a couple weeks back where a car was recovered. A stolen car was recovered somewhere up in Nashville because the person was driving it around, and some type of a camera or scanner recognized the license plates and alerted the police.
They have the ones
And they
that
were
the
they
red
were
lights
they were
are
taught that
too,
was
you
got
know?
on, and the city that the scanner the camera, the device, the scanner device, whatever it was on trial, and this guy
Yeah.
just happened to drive through that intersection where it was set up, and they had him, they caught him. So there are ways of
They have plate readers that they put at red lights.
yeah
And if somebody was to run a red light or something, it'd send them a ticket
yeah.
automatically.
We got one of those from Murfreesboro.
I like that.
You did?
Me too.
Helen
Oh,
did.
did you really?
Yeah, Helen did.
You
Did
got
you
one.
pay it?
Well, what?
State senator said don't pay it.
Yeah.
We paid it.
Yeah.
But the thing was really interesting. It was our car, big as life. But
It sends you a video.
well, they sent us a picture,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But our car was black, and it said the car was red. And I said, I wonder if I could go challenge that because the
You
car.
didn't even have to
could've.
pay that, Howard.
But it was like $50.
You didn't have to
or something.
pay it.
Well,
The
the
state senator said don't pay it.
city of Murfreesboro needs all the help.
Anyway,
they can get.
same technology to read the decals,
But-
for the decal thing.
But,
Tell you whether or not they're expired.
Yeah, but it's amazing what they're doing with these things.
Now, in China, anybody that goes into China in a vehicle, if they're tourists or whatnot, even if they're there for a day or hour or whatever, they are required to re-register their vehicle in China.
Huh?
Yes. Regardless of the length of time it's due to remain there. It has to be arranged with prior approval.
I'm not going, are you?
Probably
not driving.
Not
No,
right now.
I don't want that flu or whatever. it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got on eBay here. I've got a vintage Saudi Arabian license plate that was issued from 1950 to 1960. It's got the numbers are
3D.
3D, yeah, so they like stick up from the plate.
I've got one of those plates, but not like I got it.
This one says, well, they wanted $250,000 and took a best offer, but that was over $7,000 is what they got on it, though.
Oh,
Well, they wasn't bad. So
Yeah, still wasn't bad.
They really dropped the price, didn't they?
yeah, I'd say.
$250,000 down to $7.
But they you had to
Yeah,
pay
I saw
Well,
shipping.
that.
somewhere between 7 and a quarter million.
Okay.
So,
some over 7.
yeah,
But not a quarter.
yeah.
It looks like we're getting down near the end of the program here,
Yeah,
guys.
then-
Let's stay a while.
Well,
The music guy be here.
Yeah,
We can't.
And Dr.
Doc-
Michael T will run us off.
Dr.
You know.
Who?
Dr. T.
I've got here's a good license plate. Here's a number 1 1937 California governor license plate. $2,700 on that.
Buy it now, though. It might have brought more.
Could have. And underneath that is a Palestinian Liberation Army license plate from 1948. That was $2,500.
You know,
That's a pretty odd thing to think of.
speaking of that kind of a plate, think of if you were a collector and you wanted to get some foreign plates from countries that no longer exist.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
that's something to think about.
You know, like USSR is gone. You know, Russia's there, yes, but that's not the USSR. It's a whole Soviet. You know,
Yeah.
It's gone.
And other countries in Europe and say in Africa and stuff that you could find that are no longer exist. That'd be great additions to your license plate collection.
I don't want one unless I can get it from between $5 and $20. What do you say, Harry?
Yeah.
Oh, 10's done. Pie.
10, okay. $10. We're at $10 ceiling.
Okay. Well, it looks like we're out of time there, guys. We'll be back next week, I hope, with more Let's Talk Antiques and probably a different subject.
What do you think we ought to talk about next
I
week?
don't
Harry?
know.
Lunch boxes.
Lunchboxes.
Lunch
Yeah,
boxes.
right.
Oh, okay.
Hey, if we're going to do that, we need to get Winford Peak on this
There you
program.
go.
Okay.
Because he does know the lunchbox.
Now-
I'll have to call him.
Now, if you bring in a lunchbox, make sure it's got sandwiches in it from
Okay.
the
Yeah.
Jiffy Burger.
One
now-
for everybody.
Okay, but
And
now what
thermoses with
if he brings in a lunchbox that's had a sandwich in it for 40 years? Will you still try it?
No.
Hey, I bet you the peanut butter sandwich be okay.
Well, the Little Debbie cake definitely
Well,
would.
you know, if it's a McDonald's hamburger, it'll still be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. Hey, we'll be back next
Not
week.
Jiffy Burger, though.
No, not
See.
you.
We'll see you.
They might preserve it.